Okay, here we are. Nobody in here, and that's fine. I don't know how to make a video, and I couldn't figure out how to go live from whatever else. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and say, hey, I'm not a liar after all. Huh. Guess Ernie really did have an accident. Imagine that. Nobody was lying for him. There was no cover up. I don't know what's wrong with people. I guess I do kind of understand. Yeah, Ernie lied a lot. Hey, Lips. Hi, Dodie. Love you, girl. Yeah, Ernie's a liar, but his family's not. If his sisters have said things on YouTube, well, not on YouTube, on social media, Facebook, or stuck up for Ernie, he's their brother. They believe what he says. Yeah, they know he's a scammer. They've lived with him for 45 years or a little less, depending on how old they are. They know exactly what Ernie's up to. But I mean, this was real. This was real. And I told you I talked to the hospital. It wasn't made up. Yes, it was in Arkansas. He was not talking to any mean girls at the time. He was talking to his sister when he got in the accident. Okay, I don't know why Brad Enlow's talking about him hitting and killing a woman. Okay, there was nobody else involved. Ernie was alone in the van. Hey, Sally. Hey, Bella. How did he resist arrest if he was injured on foot? God, I wish I could talk. Amber. Hey, Innocent. Hey, crazy chicken lady. Yeah, I know. Well, it's kind of like the Sarah Gate and the PvP Gate and the Herpes Gate. Sorry, Lips. It's just so ridiculous. But I lost a lot of I had to block a lot of people because Katie's chat honestly brought me to tears. I've never seen such nastiness. I mean, even Nicolina isn't as nasty as some of the people in Katie's chat. Props and shout out to Nicolina Cancelina. Hey, girl. Anyway, so I don't know. Amber's got a lot going on today other than this, believe it or not. So she's, not erase Amber. Anyway, because I don't talk to Amber, remember? Yeah. Hi, Bella. Who am I missing? Mummy T. Love the beaver. Dodie, read my question, Lisa. It says Sally. Hi, Sally. Is it just... Yes, it is. Oh, I didn't see it yesterday. Oh my God, I haven't been able to sleep tonight either, in spite of massive doses of drugs. And you all know that. I don't take Suboxone though. So anyway, if I did, I'd probably sleep. Does that make you sleep? Brad said he heard Ernie hit a woman, but that it wasn't confirmed. Okay, somebody is telling Ernie's sister that Brad said he killed a woman. Hi, Punky. Yeah, there was no pedestrian involved. There was nobody else in the van. Hi, Luna. Crazy chicken letter, you know I love you. He is not released. He's still in the hospital. He is still in the hospital. Who's CCL? Crazy chicken lady. Hi, Renee Marie. Love you. Just talking about you with certain people and about how awesome you are. Freeside. Oh my God. I can't do mod people from the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mom T. Yeah, she says a lot of things, doesn't she? I said what I said in Brad's, and that's it. I don't know what you said. I wasn't over there. I just, my phone blowing up with that. Hey, Lurking. Katie is using you, Lisa. Yeah, I know. I know, Renee Marie, but there really isn't anything I can do about it other than put it on members only. Well, she doesn't have Ernie to talk about, right? So she got to have something. I guess she'll have me talking about Ernie. I don't know. Oh, Starry Night, thank you. That was wicked. That was really difficult for me. Luckily, I had a couple of people's shoulders to cry on. I've got a lot tougher skin than when I started here, but it's still not very tough. And that's not something I can instantly change. I don't want to get into why that is. I'm sure a lot of people had a difficult childhood, so. The actual papers on the court website is where I saw it. Yep. I got them. I posted them. I posted everything. Okay, hi, Innocent. Yeah, we'll go over that. No, I believe, let me see what's going on. I believe it was a Zoom hearing from the jail, or from the I'm sorry, from the hospital. He is still in the hospital. I don't know. They said he could possibly be moved from ICU to a regular room yesterday. I didn't hear if that happened because there's other stuff going on, and school starting, and another medical emergency and some other things. So I'm not 100% up to date. But yeah, released on his own cognizance. I am not positive. Okay, did everybody hear that? I'm not positive. But I believe it was a Zoom hearing. I don't think he appeared in court. He's still in the hospital. He was hurt pretty bad. So, and he did not hit anyone. And we can go over the arrest report. Oh, court today. Okay. Sorry. For fuck's sake. Okay, arraignment today. I never know what day it is. You guys know that. Yeah, the 25th is Monday, and that's 24th, so that was yesterday. But don't talk shit on Lisa and then come here and play nice. Yeah. Suboxone makes me sleep. Oh, man. I need something that'll make me sleep because nothing I got's working about it. Oh, crazy chicken lady. Meow. Ernie has made the YouTube Chica for. Hey, girl. I didn't really expect anybody to be in here. Bandit Network said Amber told him yes. But you said yes. No, I did not say he would be released today. Did I? It's all BS. Okay. Amber did not tell Bandit anything, is what she told me. She said she doesn't even know who he is. And that she has not told anyone anything. Anyone from YouTube. She has no idea. Like, what did Bandit say? That, I'm like, he said he was in Arkansas. That was true. He said he broke every bone in his body. That's what was the initial hospital report. I believe it changed as they assessed further, is what I heard. Things were not quite as bad as they first appeared. And throughout the day, that situation did change a little. That was the initial report, though. So, yeah, he said, what else did he say? That, there was a code that you had to know before you could talk to Ernie. That is not true. But the family said they had it set up where if you call the hospital, they would not admit that Ernie was there, or, well, HIPAA, everybody's yelling HIPAA, how I couldn't call the hospital and ask, right? So now they're saying they talked to the hospital and asked and they were told. Which is it? I'm lying or they're lying? I heard, if I'm not mistaken, Bandit say people need to stop calling Ernie's stepbrother Matt. Ernie does not have a stepbrother Matt. That's a fact. And somebody in chat, I believe, said Ernie has kinfolk in Arkansas that manufacture meth. That is incorrect also. There's a lot of people reading a lot of shit into this, aren't they? And I guess if you don't know enough facts to feel alive, you can make it up, right? Better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. And that's the way it goes. Anyway, I'm not here to say, Renee, you're so sweet. I'm not here to say, haha, I told you so, because I don't do that. Oh, Renee Marie can totally be trusted. I would trust Renee Marie before you, Freeside. Sorry. Just the way it is. Just telling it the way it is. I'm not going to demand an apology or anything. I'm not going to say, haha, I was right, even though I was. I'm just going to say, I'm not a liar. And if I say something, I can back it up. Okay? And people that know me know that. I can't always show my receipts, but I always have them. I always have good information. I have good sources. I have sources I trust that I've had for years. And, I don't insert myself into every case. Like I hear people, oh, is Katie live streaming me once again? Just got a little notification. She could come over here on my panel. She wouldn't have to stream me over there. So where was I? My true crime adventures, and then we'll get back to Ernie's arrest report. Started with the Sophie Long case. I did not follow the Watts case. I don't even know their names there, except Chris Watts, right? The West Boys, what other cases or whatever. No, I started with the Sophie Long case. I did not know any of the family there. Did not insert myself into any case. Then came the Cash Gurnan case, which I did do the court research for my good friend Brooks from Crime Lines and Lies, who we'll get to her another day. But I can prove that she personally interfered in allowing some critical information to get to the FBI. I might address that one day. And then the Summer Wells case came along, and I was as clueless as everybody else. But then I was over in the Rose Bly group, and Rose Bly's family members did ask me to please look into the case, which I did with a local girl, and her mother was the private investigator there in town at the time, and she knew everything about the case. Of course, she couldn't tell us, but we ferreted it out, talking to, the people, figured it out. You can say what you want about that. And then Ernie. So Ernie came to my attention during I'm sure everybody's, taking notes here, right? And you can pick it apart later. Should I talk slower so I don't accidentally misspeak a word? I know I'm kind of snappy because I have not been to bed yet. I literally cannot get to sleep. This is so stressful. So, when the Summer Wells case came along, which the only things I know about the Summer Wells case are things that I learned researching Rose's case, because of course they do share several people in common. So when I saw Ernie at that racetrack search, I looked at him and I thought, that's a predator. I mean, you could just kind of spot things like that, can't you? Don't you get a first impression from people? And mine are usually pretty correct. And that started the adventures with Ernie. Not really that concerned about him, but just, thought he was kind of odd and, LARPing, basically, I guess. Where's Tina? I'll post his hearing from today. Oh, you have the hearing? Who did I miss? Thank you, Starry Night. I ain't fighting nobody, especially on here, but I wish one would in real life. I don't think lurking. I'll have to click that later. Is he stable? They said yesterday he was. He had surgery, and yes. And the internal bleeding was controlled, and he was not in too much pain at that time, and that he was stable at that time. Only Ernie is your chicken. I believe. Yeah. Thank you, screenshot this. I believe that's it, because I don't know how he would have appeared in court unless they wheeled him in there, and they don't usually have court on a Sunday. So I'm thinking they held it, or they could have even went to the hospital. I've seen them do that. They go to hospitals and take statements sometimes. So, yeah, people saying that, I said a guard was watching him, or law enforcement. That was, of course, a lie. Whatever. I need to get over it. Just bear with me. I will. Yes, Renee Marie, thank you. He is in very bad shape still. He's not released from the hospital. Released from his own recognizance from, the court. You're not, I think people are not understanding exactly what all the court lingo means, but I'm fairly certain. Let me look and see if I got any updates. I'm fairly certain that, no, I'll try not to knock myself off here. Where's my... Oh, yeah. My phone is going. Sorry, just a minute. We'll read through the arrest report as soon as I figure out how to... I hate this phone. I really do. Not the one I'm using, the other, my spare. Facebook. Okay. All right. We haven't gotten an update. He did not hit anyone. His vehicle. He was the only one in the accident. The only one in the vehicle. That's the last thing I know. So I'm telling you what I know at this time. Okay, so let's look at the Arkansas Uniform Law Enforcement citation. Clark County. He was in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And I have the names of the hospitals he was in, but that's not really that important, right? But the first one I called was a small 22-bed hospital that was not equipped for the kind of traumatic injuries he had. So he was transferred to a larger one that had more experience with treating cases like him. So let's see, it happened 8:22 at approximately 6:20 a.m. It gives the location here, Highway 67 and Highway 51. So if you guys want to look for scanner reports, I almost called the dispatch, but then I thought, well, I know there's an accident, so I don't really need that. Okay, he gave his address on here, which I'm not going to read because that would be doxing someone. Driver's license in possession, yes, even though it's the one he was told to cut up. We won't get into that. Under 18 present, no. Do we need to go through the whole entire thing? Male, white. Don't have date of birth on here. Don't have height or weight. I know he wasn't lucid when he was taken into the hospital. And even before that, I don't know if he was actually conscious or not. So, seems like they could have gotten that information off of the driver's license. Eyes brown, hair blonde. Since when? Okay, here's the vehicle license number. I can actually run that. I'll do that when I get off, but I just came on here fairly quickly. Am I missing people? Am I behind in chat? His own stupidity got him hurt. Yeah, hospital phones don't have Zoom. I'm not gonna get into that. Are we allowed to know the injuries? He had some broken bones. He had a lacerated liver, internal bleeding, and he had quite a few cuts all over his body, I believe from the windshield. Cut him. And also when the EMTs got to the scene, because he was on the phone with someone at the time, they were asking him about his injuries, and they weren't sure if they were caused, or they were discussing them and weren't sure if they were caused by the seatbelt but it said he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I thought maybe that's what lacerated his liver. But apparently, he really did get a steering wheel at his chest this time. Because he was not wearing a seatbelt. So he did have an operation on his liver, and they said they had the internal bleeding controlled. He was on some medication. I'm not going to mention what that is, though. And they said he was not in too much pain unless he tried to move, which I'm sure was because of the broken bones, right? Okay, so let me listen. 2021 Mercedes 250 series white. He was in a white van. Is it a van or car? It's a van, isn't it? He was in a van. VIN vehicle, I can run that too. When we get off of here, I can run all that stuff. And then I can fill you in more. It was out of Florida, so it's registered in Florida. Is that where his first van was? Oh, here's even the owner's address. I can run that too. Got a kind of information on here I can run. No, I know. Innocent. Yeah, released from. I guess I'm not explaining it right. I think he was released from the custody of the court. Does that make sense? But he's not like he's still in the hospital. So I don't know if they have a guard there, if they have it chained to the bed. I'm not sure. Because he's just been arraigned. I don't think they've updated whether he has a bond there on that or not, does it? See, this is just the accident report. This is not the court. This is not any court thing. So this wasn't from his court date. This was just the accident report. So he was released to the hospital, right? If I'm wrong, feel free to disagree with me. Maybe he shouldn't break the law and run. Thank you, Squids. That would probably be a good idea next time. Lips. Sally Strange Cloud would like Lips to unblock her. She ain't done nothing to you. She's right below you. I sent you the accident report, didn't I? Oh my lord. Okay, just a minute. Lip Sally wants to be unblocked. I know the truth. Okay, it's all BS. Whatever. Yeah, Renee Marie. And he's got to stop between the hospital and jail. So you can read into that. Oh, okay. Next hearing. I don't think you should go on other panels. Story night, I think that's a good. I'm going to take your advice there. Absolutely. Okay, filing day was today for arraignment. Did I suggest 23? No, I don't see her. I was no Renee Marie. I'm not positive of that. They said he would possibly be released from ICU to a regular room yesterday. I did not hear last night because everybody was pretty worn out and in bed early. So, except for me, I don't know if he is out of ICU or not yet. But it sounded like he was doing well enough that he could possibly be released. So, Dodie, are you mad at me? Nobody likes anybody, so let's just decide to all be friends. Grift came in his chat. He came in Bandits. Did you just go Brad's? Oh, okay. You can fight that out yourself, Sally and Casey. Excuse me, it's all BS. It's called the tooth. Correct yourself. Why, we could talk about Tina all day, couldn't we? Truth. Okay, I'm working my way down. Crazy chicken lady, is Sally ready to be civil? I don't know what you got going on, but apparently not. Apparently you guys aren't going to be civil to each other. Okay, we'll go through it. Virgo away. What drugs was he on, I wonder? When he was in the accident? I don't know. My guess would be meth. Because that's kind of a drug of choice. But he's on something. And that's been confirmed more than once for this whole thing. But I don't know. We still don't know what the actual violation of probation warrant is for. But I think he's going to have to get through this before. There's some people that are going to jump on you even if it's ironclad. I know that. You know, it's funny. I'm in a chat that they're calling me, all kinds of names in. And I don't mean to harp on this, but my reliability and truthfulness is very important to me. More important than anything, actually. And, to be called a liar, I'm sure Nicolene will make a whole post on it now. because she likes people's weak spots. But, I don't say things for sure. I might say I think or could be or whatever, and I can see where people, when you play it, I can see how it could be misinterpreted to mean something else. But I'm definitely not lying. And so here I am in this chat where everybody's calling me names. But yeah, one person commented and said the only real receipt we've seen in this whole entire thing is that criminal record with the warrant and the no bond on it. And who got that? Whose was that? Who posted that? Yep, that was me, the liar. The only receipt they had seen was mine. Virgo away. Come on, you guys. Well, I certainly think it is. I certainly think it is. But it's like what did I say that Ernie was freaked out over that he couldn't get over was, I said burglary and I said robbery and it was burglary. Yeah, he talked about that for like an hour, saying that, couldn't be trusted. Well, in the end, everybody that wanted him gone off YouTube should be happy now. But on the other hand, those very same people now have nothing to talk about, Chica, so I'm not sure they're all that happy. Thank you, Luna, for saying that. Oh, we're still talking about teeth. And I'm probably like 2 hours behind in chat, so like usual, everybody knows that. Okay, come on, you guys. Lips is a controversial person. Tina's a controversial person. I'm a controversial person, but Lurking Whore is a controversial person. I'm just kidding. Your name just popped up. Spidey fan, hey! You know what, Renee Marie, I need to be more like that. Yeah, and my circle just got one person smaller after yesterday. If you're going to go to Tina and share your private conversations with me, with fucking Tina, of all people, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what the block button was made for. Exactly. Consider the source, right? Consider the source. They say never take to heart, take criticism from someone that you wouldn't ask advice for. I think it's a pretty good motto to live by. Oh, Katie is not live yet. Oh, Starry Night. What is that called? Watts Island. I heard people talk about Watts Island. And I know there's a lady that wrote a book about it that was plagiarized or got sued, or that was a very odd thing because Unmask, not Teresa, my friend from Unmask, but the Unmask channel leader. I'm not going to mention her name and slander her on here. They made a page just for that author that wrote that book about Chris Watts, and yeah, they didn't believe her either, but I guess they thought that would get him some views because she was pretty controversial. Oh, and the funny thing was somebody sent me something in their chat and they were talking about something about that lady that wrote the book about the Watts case, and she said, "Who?" I'm like, "You." I thought that was hilarious. Really? Seriously? But anyway, Okay. Back to the oh, crazy chicken lady's covering her eyes. Renee Baker, hello. Sally looks like okay. If I live by you both. Huh. A notification for 30 minutes for Katie, okay. Okay, crap, I'll take notes. Thank you, Dodie. Can I call you beloved today? No, I love you. It'd be terrible on no sleep. Well, I just took some more drugs and they ain't working either. Sometimes I get that way. Sometimes my ferritin level drops and then I cannot get to sleep at all. Hey, Jackie Blue. I'm talking about Brooks, not Sally. Yeah, Brooks is CBD. I don't even know what the difference is there between CBD and gummies and whatever all this stuff is. Thank you, Renee. I'm happy to have you in my corner with me. You're right. I need thicker skin. Muhammad, what is your question? Welcome. I did not see you ask a question. Oh, big bowl of pasta. I don't know. What did I have yesterday? Oh, I had a bag of chips. Hey, Starry Night. I don't see a comment, Muhammad. Call me Ern. It's obvious. Okay, wait. Did I finish the, has he been arraigned yet? Well, let's see. Okay, so let's see. I can run this, the VIN, the license plate number, and the address, so we'll know who the van belonged to. Seatbelt in use, no. That's bad boy. Crash involved, yes. Headlights on, not known. This is a 16 plus passenger van. No passengers. Vehicle search, no search. Somebody's freaking out, calling family members, wanting to know where the contents of the van were. I find that very suspicious. I don't know if anybody else does. There's no phone number, any fictitious name. What do you think was in the van? I guess, was he working? Could have been something. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe it's something he was carrying for somebody. Okay, so here we have careless and prohibited driving. I don't know what the prohibited driving means. But he was driving on that rescinded driver's license. They don't have his driver's license number on here either. But I do know that too. It doesn't say. I find that interesting. I wonder if they realize that license, that's the license he was told to cut up. I wonder if that's why it isn't on here, and there's some information missing here. Okay, careless and prohibited driving, resisting arrest, fleeing on foot, driving while intoxicated, DWI, first drugs. So we know he doesn't drink. It wasn't alcohol. So some type of drugs. Speed details were on radar. Alcohol level unknown. So he definitely must have tested positive for drugs. So what do we think happened here? Careless proven driving. Resisting arrest. Would that be the fleeing eluding, or did he just have to fleeing on foot? Kind of makes you wonder, did he flee on foot? I'm going to look this up and see if the van was stolen. There was a little incident before the accident, which I'm not going to say quite yet, but I might. Don't accuse me of leading you on. I got to see if that's something I can say or not, but that he was kind of out of it at that point and not really coherent. So I don't know if that's part of it. What part of it that is? And I don't know how we get more. I mean, we got this in the arrest warrant. Okay, so I'll keep going. Conditions dark, other traffic present? No. Area rural. Highway type 2 lane, type of accident, personal injury. So he was the only one that got injured. There was no other people in the van. And then it just has the officer name. Court appearance, date, and time. September 24th, 10 a.m. Clark County Courthouse, Arkadelphia. And then no signature required, released on own recognizance. So I'm pretty positive that they just, I don't know, did a Zoom, or they came. I've seen them come into a hospital room and do depositions and things. Okay. Depositions and things. If you're injured that much, or if you're under arrest and handcuffed to the bed, sometimes they'll come in and take. Man, people are blowing up my phone. Come in to chat, people. Sometimes they'll come in and take a deposition, or especially if you're really bad and they think you're not going to make it, they do come in and take testimony. And have both sides there, because of course they can't just use one side. You have to be able to cross-examine people, but it's only admissible with one side if it's, a dying declaration. But that's probably way more than what you guys wanted to hear. It's all a movie. It's not really funny, but I know what you're saying. No. Oh, Freeside. That's wonderful. You were the first attorney in America. Did you represent George Washington when he cut down the cherry tree? Yeah. I gotta put that out there. I heard she called but couldn't get any information. I don't know. The family said they fixed it so that if you asked for him, that they would not let you talk to him. I'm not sure if they didn't say, they wouldn't admit he was even there, which usually a hospital won't, right? Unless you're family. I don't know. Like with prisoners, if they go to the hospital, they put them in under an assumed name so that family can't find them. They don't want family to show up and break people out. But on the other hand, you're kind of cut off from, your family at that time. Nick said live, she's not hunting down the hospital, then hunted the hospital down on a live stream. She'll delete it later, like the call she made to the jail and said her request is that Eric Rush have his phone privileges taken. Remember that? She deleted that, but I have it. Because the internet is forever, right? Yeah, if a hospital has a prisoner, yeah. Story night, I guess I was behind, yeah. Exactly. That's what they told me. When I was telling you when the lady from the medical at the prison called me and read me that whole entire medical file. Yeah. Then when the next lady called me, I said, well, his mom said she called all the hospitals in town and they wouldn't tell her. They all said they didn't have him. And she said, when we put a prisoner in the hospital, we put them in under an assumed name for so that families cannot show up and break them out. So, well, I'll tell his mom that. That explains that. He is no longer free. That is correct. And I don't think he will be. Hi, Annabelle. Hi, Karma Queen. I know. You had a ringside seat to that too, Renee Marie. Hey, do you want to come off on panel? Come on, girl. You've been up on panel before, haven't you? I'll give you a link if you want to. They don't want no funny, exactly. It definitely is. I can see that, actually. And especially in Shelby's case, because Slow Terry's going to call the prison, and tell him that Shelby and I are planning a prison break, remember? She thought that was pretty funny. But she said, Ernie, you don't call people in an episode. Ernie ain't calling Nicolina right now, but I ain't going to get into that, but I know some stuff. Okay, lurking. You guys know, and if anybody's new here, all opinions are welcome, and you can say whatever you want as long as you're polite to me and polite to chat. I have very good mods that keep my chat under control. No bashing people. No foul language if you can help it. I'm the only one that can do that. Definitely no C words. The prohibited driving could have to do with him not being able to drive that large of a vehicle properly. Yeah, it said he didn't have a CDL. 16. I don't know what the size. I know you have to have. Do you have to have a CDL to drive a school bus? I can't remember. It's been a while. No, you just need a chauffeur's, because I have a chauffeur's. You have to have a CDL if you're driving any, hazardous materials or anything placarded. Plus, if it's over a certain weight. So, if that had the capacity to, that's a good point, Lurking. If that van had the capacity to carry over the maximum weight, it could be a CDL required van. And we know Ernie didn't have one of those. So that's, yeah. Thanks for looking that up. Oh, Eve. I hope you're doing okay. I'm glad she was there to help take care of you. What did you do? You're in her title. Yeah. Well, in the lack of Ernie, I guess I'm her guess I'm her content. Should I change my name to Ernie? Lightning. Maybe it's the lightning, Lisa K. That's attracting people. What do you think? What should I change my name to? My Insane World. Hello. He's not going free after he gets out of the hospital. That's correct. He is not going free when he gets out of the hospital. Oh, whatever, Renee. Yeah, can you drive to the bank and get back quickly? And to walk to the bank. Okay, I'm missing things. You got to get into it now. Okay. Here we go. What the fuck? I didn't know you were live. Oh, hey, crybaby. JW. Well, we could talk about that. Makes you wonder how far after Ernie tried calling Nick before all this happened. It didn't she say 3:30? She missed the call at 3:30. And I heard the accident happened at 4:30. But this says approximately 6:20 a.m., so I don't know. I'd like to see the officer's statements, exactly what the sequence of events were here, and get a little more information. You've been polite today. Oh my goodness. Midnight Baker. Depends on the number of axles. Yeah, and it depends on the gross vehicle weight, too. I know, like the straight trucks, if we had that, we had to have a CDL to drive that. Which luckily I didn't have, so I didn't have to do that. For a while, they put trailers on the back of our package cars, and I had one. I was supposed to drop it off at a stop in the morning and then pick it up empty at night. Or maybe they loaded it at night, I don't remember how it went. And when I backed up, I hit their overhead door a little bit, and I didn't go through it or anything. And so I grieved it because I had never been trained on how to use a trailer or back up a trailer or anything. Come to find out, that was illegal. That put me over the limit. I was supposed to have a CDL. And they said if they saw any of those on the highway after that, that they would be arrested, and UPS would get in trouble for that. So I didn't get in trouble. I think that's what 16 passenger. Let me look at it again. 16. Well, let me look up it. 2021 Mercedes 250 series white. Where does it say the 16 person van? Oh, 16 plus passenger CV. That might just be the category because it says no passengers. 16 plus passenger. Is that over 16 maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I'll have to look it up a little better. Okay, so we will move on. I'm going to go to the bottom of chat now. And then we'll go to all right, how do I do this? I really hate this phone. I don't know how to get to the next picture. Okay, give me a minute. It's not scrolling for me. Okay. So here we have ADS 25, which is the year, dash 1304, which means it's the 1304th case in the year of 25. State versus Ernest M. Shaw. Filing date 8/25/2025. Court Clerk, Arkadelphia. Case type, county docket, traffic/criminal. So it's both. Status case open. Case participants discharged of Clark County. Um, Careless and prohibited driving is the first offense. Resisting arrest. Fleeing on foot. If he was injured that bad, you wonder how he could flee on foot. Or was he fleeing on foot and jumped in the van and took off? I wish I knew the sequence of this, and I know you guys do too. I know you'd like more. I'll find out more. I will. I'm just as clueless as you guys at the moment. Filing day 8:25 at 10:48 a.m. That'll be today. So that's why nobody could find the record of it and why people believed it didn't exist. So I'll have to look on the Arkansas traffic thing because there you had to enter a driver's license number to get it. I do have his driver's license number. But that was on his new one, so the one he's not using, so I don't know. Plea and arraignment scheduled. Plea? No, we don't want him to have a plea. I hate to think that would happen. Judge. I guess that's all I got here. Oh, wait. Here's a little... Should I read this? Here's a little clip about Nicolina. Her little comment to me. You notice that I'm her content lately, too. You have done nothing but lie, run your mouth, accuse me of messaging his family from different accounts. Newsflash, I messaged them from my main Facebook account only, psycho. Here is my answer. Nikki Blicky 777. That's not what they showed me. Maybe I'll have to post screenshots, which I've never done, but I might. Like the one of you calling her the C word. Don't tempt me. Maybe I should put up a poll. Would you guys like to see that? Nicolina calling the sister of a man in ICU in serious condition, calling her the see you next Tuesday. Why are people so enamored about Ernie? Okay, that's all I got, folks, for you with the reports. I will continue to research and bring you the breaking news. Why are people so enamored with Ernie? You know, he's good content. He's entertaining. He is. I'll admit it. He's got a never-ending line of bullshit. He doesn't even stop and think about it or take a breath. It just comes out of him. I've talked to other people, known him for years, and they're like, yeah, it just flows from him. And, remember those 2 days when he told like the dog man or wolf man or whatever there in Kentucky in the woods? For 2 nights, he told those campfire like stories, is what I call them. And I tried to talk him into doing that. I said, Ernie, you're a good storyteller. You don't even have to try. And I said, you had a lot of people listening to you those 2 nights. I think that's your calling. Why don't you do that on your channel? I said, just be Ernie. You don't have to be a bounty hunter or a fugitive recovery agent or work for the U.S. Marshals. Just be Ernie. But, at this point, I'm not sure he knows who Ernie is. And hopefully he will get the help he needs desperately and get straightened around. And I think that's what we're all hoping for. I mean, if he got the treatment he needed and got on the right medication and got stabilized, I don't think he'd be threatening people and doing the things that people are mad at him about. I was all for helping him until he threatened to kill me or have 2 of his friends here in my state kill me. So, yeah, then I'm going to feel a little way about that, right? That's where things kind of went wrong in Ernie's and my relationship. But, no harm, no foul. I can get along with everybody, kind of, almost. Yes, even Nicolina. Oh, I guess I missed the question, but yeah, Renee, Marie, you got in a pretty bad accident, didn't you? Well, hopefully you're fully recovered now. Ernie, what if you would have worn his seatbelt? It might not have been so bad. I know that the airbag went off. I don't know how high he hit or how hard he hit the tree. Didn't really say how fast he was going, did it? Oh, they probably have to do a reconstruction to know that. Although that's a 20. What did it say? I I shut that phone off. Does anybody remember what year that was? 2021. That has what is it called? Vehicle data recorder. Vehicle incident data recorder. VIR. Vehicle incident recorder. Anyway, those do not record your whole entire life in your car like people think. They record an event. It's a data event recorder. That's what it is. It records like hard braking near accidents or accidents, and it only keeps a certain amount of minutes. But it would certainly have it in this. So people call it a black box. Kind of, it's kind of what it is. It's not a constant thing though. It just records a few minutes around, like if you brake hard or have a front end collision or something that will trigger it to start. And then it does do braking and speed and all that. So they would be able to get that. Those things are not subject to an open records request in most states unless you're a party to the case, party to the incident. You need it for insurance or whatever. So I doubt we'll ever get that. Are there any missing pages to the accident report? No. Just the one page. But I'd sure like to see the officer's written statement. I might send for that. And I actually did an open records request on Ernie from New York for yesterday, because that's always kind of been a puzzle. What happened to those charges? And I found the arrest record, but then nothing else after that. It wasn't listed in courts or anything. So I just asked for, people have talked about that for years. What happened to that? So I requested the records. They should be here within 5 days. They're going to email them to me. And I said I'd like any, arrest records, court dates, and or resolutions for that case. So hopefully we'll settle that once and for all. Sorry, I didn't highlight that. How long do you think he'll get? I have no idea. Ernie gets very, very, very lucky with his charges. Look at the Bolt van thing. He's had public intoxication of drugs. What's the one, swearing in public or something? I think that one's funny. How? Who of us doesn't swear in public? I don't know. I'd have to look it up and see what the range is for each of those. But DUI, I think that's his first, because the other one wasn't a vehicular. That was just a intoxication in public, excluding alcohol. The fleeing and looting, And the foot chase, that's gonna, yeah, they don't like that. I think they probably would have roughed him up if he hadn't already been roughed up. Because I watch a lot of cop and court shows, and that's usually what happens to you. I posted some pictures of that. Hey, Birdie. Eve, did I say hi to you? You and Innocent are my, you've been holding down my channel since I started. People, stop it. I can't be answering messages when I'm on the phone. If it was a passenger van, I thought Ernie delivered packages. When is he going to set them in the seats? No, I think I read that wrong, JW. I think that was the category, and that might have been the age. It said passengers none, but I thought that was I think I read that wrong, but I posted it. It's on my community tab, so you can look it over and see what you think I said wrong. I'm sure everybody will be talking about that. Innocent, usually this date he had the last, yes. Yep. Did she ask that? I'm sorry, I missed it. Yeah, I'm not even sure that the warrant would be extraditable. Honestly, I wish we knew what it was. Nobody will tell us what it was. They might just drop that totally. Probation violation, depending on what it was. What if it was just, failed drug tests? They said he'd only get 3 days for that. Although he had a brand new probation agent on his last visit, which was be 2 weeks ago tomorrow. So that was the new guy. And, he might have taken a little harder line than the one before him. Maybe he's holding Ernie to the, his probation requirements. I don't know. We'll know eventually, I think. Ernie will tell us, and then we get to discuss if we think that's the truth or not, right? He had his bed in the back of it. Yeah, I'm not sure this was the same one, though, Innocent. And he said he rented a Penske one, right? Well, I got the address. I'll look it up. How does he get released on his own recognizance? Okay, we talked about that earlier. You probably weren't in here then. He's still in the hospital. So they're not gonna, yeah, he was released. I mean, he ain't going anywhere, right? He was released. I can't explain that. I'm sorry, I can't figure out how to explain that exactly. Lurking, are you here? You can usually put my thoughts into words better than I can. He didn't actually, he got released from, it's called a de facto arrest when you're in the hospital and you're charged. You're not actually under arrest, but you're basically, under arrest. Yes, he's not going anywhere. He's not free to go anywhere. However, he does not need, what it basically is they didn't set a bond because he hasn't been arraigned because he's not going anywhere. So they released him on his own recognizance to the hospital. Does that make sense? Did I explain that? Does that make sense to anybody? I hope. Okay. Okay, I posted his hearing from today already. Okay. People go over to Lips and look at his hearing. I'd be interested to see that. If I knew how to play at Lips, I would play it, but I'm absolutely not. All I said I heard was that I don't know what that is. But you know what? If you said something and somebody twisted it, misinterpreted it, I'm right there with you, girl. I can't post them. Isn't it a video hearing? Lips? Oh, I'm way behind, aren't I? Yeah, the chronic caller. That's what her name ought to be. Instead of Nicolina Cancelina. Nicolina Chronic Caller. And you gotta admit, it's kind of yeah, it's kind of odd to record yourself committing crimes. And Nicolene, if you want to argue with me, I'll point a view out to you. Okay, come on over here. Kind of like JLR when I'll never forget that. When Brian Koberger got arrested in Pennsylvania, and JLR called Pennsylvania and asked if he could visit Brian while he was in Pennsylvania, and he recorded the call and he put it on. So JLR was under federal parole at that time, and he recorded himself calling a two-party state and then posted that on his YouTube channel. I said, it's not every day that somebody on federal parole videos themselves creating a felony, put it on YouTube, and boom, just like that, it was gone. Who do you think told him? Ernie puts himself front and center. No point fighting over Ernie. Yeah, he belongs to all of us. No, that dude that's what I just talked about. It was possession of a weapon and possession of a hypodermic instrument. Let's see if I took a picture of that police report. Okay, bear with me. The low tech channel here. I think I do have it. Let's see. Here it is. Can you believe I found it? Weekly Police Blotter, June 25th to July 1st, 2019. Date and time, 6/29/19, 11:38 p.m. Location, Hamilton Street. Call type, suspicious person arrest. Narrative, and this is in Croton-on-Hudson in New York. Narrative, patrols responded to the area of Hamilton Street and the Van Wyck Street for a report of a male walking back and forth on his cell phone. Imagine that. Ernie on his phone. It's hard to believe. Patrol units located 39-year-old Ernest Shaw of Corbin, Kentucky. After investigating, Mr. Shaw was arrested for criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree and possession of a hypodermic instrument. Mr. Shaw was released on his own recognizance. And that's probably the last time they saw him there. However, I'm on it. And I will post this and the follow-up documents I get from the open records request, which they said will take 5 days. So I should get that before the weekend, and I will post that. Okay. Somebody's going to take a little break here. It's not going to be me. Sorry about that, but that's not what I meant to do. Did somebody else delete it? It needed to be deleted. Sorry. That's his love language, Lisa. Yeah. Governor Gideon had what? He was at the top of the list, but I had 3 stars. I think I had 4 on the second hit list. Delete Walter. I thought I did. Didn't I? Did somebody delete that? Because I don't see it anymore. Just a troll. Just ignore them. Okay. I think I did, Jackie. Do you still see him? Eve, I think that's the guy that we just posted the pornographic comment. Okay, Unleash Rainbow, we could talk about this. They may want to charge him when they are ready to release him so they don't have to cover medical bills. They can hold but not arrest and not have to pay it. And that is an excellent point. Thank you for bringing that up because his uncle John Paul got arrested and was being held for extradition on some pretty heavy drug charges. And they were going to extradite him to Ohio. I don't know. Did I just say that? Sorry. I think I am starting to get tired. And he got sick and went in the hospital before he got extradited. And yeah, the prison system said, we're not paying for this bullshit. And they let him go home. That's the way it went. He ain't extradited or anything now. Free to go after all that. Now, airborne vet, another good question. We were discussing that. We're not quite sure, but one thing I hypothesized was possibly he ran. He was okay. He was having some troubles, which I'm not going to go into detail with before that. Not a crime, but he was having some cognition problems and mumbling kind of out of it. You make of that what you will. Before that, and there was a witness. There was somebody with him at that time. So I wonder if maybe he ran from that and then got in the van and then took off. Does that make sense? Because that's all I can figure until I get the police report. Not the police report, the officer's affidavit. So I'll have to put in for that. Then we'll know the sequence of events. But that's all I can think of. Because I know he was severely injured in the rock in the vehicle when EMS got there. So he wasn't running at that point. The airbag went off. Whatever. On and on. That's the only thing I can think of is he was running before he got in the van and wrecked. He threatened me if the airbag went off, the van is totaled. I must have missed your first comment, my insane world. He threatened me. If you wear glasses, that can, do some serious damage to your face. Okay. Lisa, Ernie's on panel now. Yeah, he got a phone. Somebody got him a phone, so I figured it wouldn't be long. How does he look? Whose panel is he on? His? We should go over there and watch it. Yeah, I'll find out more information. You guys go ahead and ask any questions of what you want me to look into, and I'll do that. And I'll post receipts on Chasing Justice. That answers some questions. Probably the company he worked for, that dude would have it insured. I would think. Chasing Justice. Okay, is that her panel name? Actually, live from the hospital bed. Well, there you go. All the people that were asking me for pictures and video of him in ICU. There you go. Tune in now and you can get your own video of it. Okay, so thanks everybody for stopping by. Oh yeah, Katie, of course she's streaming. Of course she's streaming. Okay, thank you to my... Oh, hey, beloved. Welcome to chat. Ernie is on Chasing Justice. Yeah. Yeah, we knew he was in the hospital. In spite of the fact that, I'm a liar. But yeah, welcome to my chat. First time to see you here. Thank you for telling us that. Okay, with Chasing Justice, I'm not familiar with her or her panel, but Innocent sent me pictures. Been on camera. Yeah, he did get I know his sisters are trying to get him a phone. They're trying to get DoorDash to give him a phone. Or needs his phone. Like I need my Diet Coke. Oh, beloved ghost. Yeah, I'm always behind in chat. Yes, we know, but Lisa's behind in chat. Doesn't know yet. Oh. Always. She hasn't been in here, so she doesn't know. I'm always behind in chat. It's my trademark. He's injured by the looks of it. Well, they said he had lacerations from top to bottom, and I just assumed that was from the windshield. Had to be glass. Or the side window, I don't know. Happy to know at least 76 of us could not care less what lies Ernie will tell today. 2 lacerations on his liver. That worked. Did beloved say something that I needed to answer? That was kind of nice that she stopped in. Seriously. Yeah, imagine that, Eve. Imagine me being behind chat. Hey, I kept up pretty good tonight. I'm at the bottom of it right now. I just saw your comment. So, always appreciate you guys. Just a little pop-up thing. So, no notice. You probably didn't get a notification. But anyway, I'm feeling a little better today. Thanks, you guys. You cheered me up. I feel the love from most of you. You just need to stay away from Blame Katie's chat, I guess. So, anyway, okay. Oh, I saw laceration on his wrist. That's really painful looking. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I was told. He was in really bad shape. When he first got there, he was really bad. I mean, they did transfer him to a trauma hospital. So, hey, Annabelle, I love you, girl. So anyway, it would be really great if everybody could continue to pray for Ernie and his family. If you want to, do it. If you don't, as Ernie would say. And remember, there's a family here, a family that are grieving and stressed and also are dealing with other things in their lives. So, everybody deserves a little grace. They're not Ernie. So don't take out your feelings, whatever they may be, on Ernie. Maybe this is a wake-up call. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll finally get the help he needs and get on the straight and narrow and get his life straightened out, which is what I think we all want, don't we? I know some people have kind of a revenge mindset, but I mean, doesn't this clear it? Doesn't this clear the books? You're always hilarious, Freeside. Jackie Blue, nah. Okay. Whatever, I'll let everybody let their own conscience guide them. So, what day is today? Somebody tell me it's Monday. It's Monday. Okay, have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. I'm either going to do a PG or Don B. Whatever I think is more outrageous. That will be hard to tell. Probably PG after last night. So I'll see you later in the week. And this weekend, I'm going to go to a Rascal Flatts concert on my bucket list. Somehow I've missed them up until now. So that should be fun. Hope everybody's got something great planned for Labor Day weekend. Boy, the summer went fast, didn't it? Can you believe it? Jackie Blue's bored. Okay, you guys, love y'all. Love my hardworking mods. Have a great week, and I appreciate all of you to no end. Seriously. Bye.